everyone. I'm Lynn Schneider, and this is Shell Point Today for the weekend of January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. On today's show, Tim Lochridge describes a new contract at Shell Point, which you can take advantage of this year only. But first, make sure you have your tickets to this Saturday's show featuring the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. Listening to this band is like taking a musical trip to New Orleans to hear the heart and soul of Bourbon Street. The Preservation Hall Jazz Band takes its name from the famous jazz venue in the French Quarter, which started as a tavern during the War of 1812. But since then, it's become the purest jazz experience available in the world. When you hear the band's pianos, trumpets, trombones, clarinets, and banjos, you become a witness to the groundbreaking jazz spirit of Louis Armstrong and Jelly Roll Morton. The Preservation Hall Jazz Band is bringing this musical history to Shell Point on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in the Church Auditorium. Get tickets for your family and friends for this fun musical evening. And if you haven't yet gotten season tickets for the Shell Point concert series, you still have the opportunity to save money with our Pick 3 option. Purchase the remaining 3 concerts in the series and you'll save a total of $15 off the ticket price. Just visit the service desk or call our box office at 454-2067. We also want to let you know about our Get to Know Your Neighbor event that'll be featuring 7 sisters. No, this isn't a Broadway musical. We're talking about 7 Northeast colleges, which each traditionally were for women only. These are Bernard College, Bryn Mawr, Mount Holyoke, Radcliffe, Smith College, Vassar, and Wesley. If you attended or taught at any of these colleges or have memories of them, then please share them with your fellow Northeasterners. This Get to Know Your Neighbor event happens Monday at 2:15 in the Social Center, so expect refreshments and plenty of fun. Now we want to talk about the estuary, Shell Point's newest neighborhood, taking shape south of the golf course. You'll soon start to see a lot of publicity about the estuary, including a new refundable contract option. Tim Lochridge, our Vice President of Finance, is now offering the opportunity for our current residents to convert their own life care contract to this new option. But it won't be available for long. What do you need to be eligible? Well, we asked Tim Lochridge to give us all the details.
Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike here with Shell Point TV. We're talking about a new contract here at Shell Point, and who better to tell us about it than our Vice President of Finance, Tim Lochridge. Tim, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jared.
First, a little background. For its history, Shell Point has generally had one kind of contract, an unlimited contract that includes assisted living and skilled nursing. But there's never been a refund available upon your demise. Well, in 2008, that changed. We adopted the C contract. We have A, B, and C now. And the C contract, which did not include assisted living or skilled nursing, did allow for a refund to your estate. Well, when the estuary was announced recently, Shell Point decided that they could take the best parts of both contracts, the unlimited coverage and the possibility of a refund, and combine them into a new contract called the A Refundable. And this was going to be a new thing coming on just for residents of the estuary. Well, we thought we'd give the opportunity for current residents to take advantage. The reason Tim is here is because the numbers are a little bit complicated, and we have our cheat sheets here, but to give us kind of the bullet point about the refundable contract. What kind of refund is it?
Okay. We have 2 refund contracts that we've developed, a 75% refund and a 90% refund. Both of those are based upon the age of the resident that's going to be making the conversion. So that calculation comes up with an additional entrance fee that the resident will pay. And for that additional fee, they will then get, upon their demise, either a 75% or a 90% refund to their estate.
Okay, so you pay a certain amount extra up front, and then there's a refund due to their estate.
Right, and that refund, though, is based upon the entire entrance fee that they've paid, their original fee plus the additional amount that they paid.
Okay. For a current resident who has already paid their founder's fee,
correct,
it can get a little complex, because if they want to take advantage of this contract, there are a fair number of calculations. So give us kind of an example. If a current resident paid a certain amount, take us through a sample of what they would pay.
Okay, if we can look at this example, you'll see that this resident is age 77 years old in our example, which happens to be our average entrance age here at Shell Point. And for that age, the additional fee that will be charged will be 58% on their original entrance fee. 58% is based upon the age of the resident. So the younger the resident is, the less that fee will be. The older the resident, the more the fee will be. So for that additional fee, now let's say that resident paid $100,000 as their original entrance fee. Could have been a couple of years ago. So we add the 58% onto that. We get a total of $158,000. So 58% is the $58,000 additional fee added to their original fee. So they've paid in total $158,000. But for that, on their demise, they will get 75% of that total back as a refund. $118,500 will be their 75% refund upon their demise.
Okay. So there is an opportunity there for someone who possibly wanted to take advantage of a refund, but it wasn't available when they first signed up.
Exactly.
Now they can take advantage, and but there are some eligibility requirements.
Yes.
Tell us about those.
Yeah, just a couple. You have to be 85 years or younger, so not over 85 years old. You have to be living in independent living still. You can't permanently be in assisted living or in skilled nursing. And finally, there'll be a basic health care review just to make sure you haven't contracted any disease recently that would significantly shorten your expected life. But basically, most of our residents should be eligible for this.
So, Tim, there are some details involved in this conversion. For example, if you cancel your contract early, you only get a refund of a certain amount.
That's correct.
So there are some stipulations, so it's important that people contact you.
That's correct. So in our example, the refund would be 75% of that extra $58,000 that was paid, not the entire entrance fee of $158,000.
If someone cancels.
If you cancel, correct.
Yeah, right. And I was talking before we started taping that I've always known with you in charge of the finances, I didn't have to worry about anything because Shell Point is very conservatively run. We wouldn't embark on something like this without knowing that the finances are sound, not only for Shell Point, but also for the resident.
Right.
And that's why we call it a contract conversion, is a little complex, and every person will be different. So
exactly.
How would they take advantage of this? What's the first step?
Okay, the first step would be to express their interest to me, that they're interested in possibly converting to this product. They can do that by calling me at 454-2230 or emailing me at timlochridge@shellpoint.org. And that's Lochridge with an H, Lochridge. Everyone gets that wrong.
Right.
So that would be to express an interest, and then I will prepare a personal calculation for them and send that to them along with an informational sheet about the details, some of which we've discussed today. Then if they're still interested after that, they get back to me and we'll set up an appointment to get together and discuss further and hopefully complete the transaction.
Okay. And there is a little bit of deadline because this isn't going to last forever.
That's correct.
Because this is a new contract. This is kind of a one-time chance for you to convert your current contract to a refund if you're interested.
That's correct.
And so the current deadline is?
It will be from January through March of 2014. That will be the period that we offer these conversions, and after that point there will be no more opportunity for conversion after that. Okay.
So this is a one-time thing. If you're interested in contract conversion to a new refundable contract, contact Tim Lochridge. Give me your phone number again.
454-2230.
And you can also email him as well, and he'll work through the personalized calculations to see what the refund would be for you and your estate. So again, this is Jared Pike with Shell Point TV.
Coming up, we're going to be replaying some of the week's best stories from Shell Point TV. But before we do that, let's cover all of this weekend's happenings, menus, and church news.
Welcome to the weekend edition of Shell Point's Happenings segment here on Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley and this is Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over the activities offered Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to start out Friday morning at 8:15. The stamp ministry will be busy in the stamp room down in the tunnel. 8:30 to 11:30, don't forget to go to the marketplace in the administration courtyard. At 9 o'clock, we have men's match play doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Canasta, they'll be in the game room at 10 o'clock. 10:15, we have the Inquiring Minds group. They'll be in the Manatee room. We'll jump to 12:30, where we have a mixed progressive bridge game in the Woodlands game room. At 1 o'clock, the diabetes group appointment will be in the social center. And then we have our 1:15 time slot with table tennis being played in the Tarpon room. Also, the quilters will be in the Osprey room at 1:15. 1:30 to 3:30, the model train will be open for tours, so head on down there if you haven't been recently. And at 1:30, the Vespers will be going on in the community room of the Arbor. At 2 o'clock, Euchre will be played in the Sable Room. At 2:45, we have a second Vespers, this time in the community room of King's Crown. And then, as usual, we end our evening with 6:45 game night at the Resident Activities Center. Now here's Leslie to go over your Saturday lineup.
Well, Bev, we're going to start at 8 o'clock at the Round Robin Men's Doubles Tennis at the tennis courts. 9:30 is the Women's Doubles at the tennis courts. Duplicate Bridge is going to start at 9:45 in the Manatee Room. Model Yacht Sailing Club is at 10:15 in the Garden Apartment Pond on the island. 1 o'clock we have chess at the Library Lounge at the Resident Activity Center. 1:15 is table tennis in the Tarpon Room on the island. Basic line dancing is going to be at 3:15 in the Health Club. And the last activity for Saturday is Duplicate Bridge in the Manatee Room at 6:30. Now here's Bev to tell us about the Sunday activities.
Thank you, Leslie. Sunday we're going to start out at 9 o'clock. We'll have Christian Life Studies in the game room of the Woodlands. And we have a second Christian Life Studies at the Village Church at 9:15. Our morning worship service at the Village Church will be at 10:15, and that's when it's also broadcast live on ShellPoint TV, Channel 12. We're going to move to the afternoon at 1:30, where the Mixed Golf League will be at the ShellPoint Golf Club. Then we have a 3:15 ballroom line dancing for beginners class in the Health Club on the island. We'll round out the weekend with a 6:15 evening service at the Village Church. Thank you for joining us for the weekend edition of The Happening segment, and we'll see you back here next week.
Menus for your weekend. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter on Friday is grilled shrimp skewers with penne pasta and buttered peas. The dinner special is the seafood buffet for $14.95, and the soup of the day is corn chowder. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy a fish sandwich with coleslaw and fries for $7.25. The dinner special is Chef's Choice for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Friday are lamb chops for $21.95 or Florida grouper for $20.95. On Saturday, the Crystal Room is closed. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Saturday, enjoy a French dip with chips for $7.25. The dinner special is tilapia parmesan with couscous and sautéed broccoli for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Saturday are prime rib for $19.95 or beef bourguignon for $15.95. On Sunday, the Crystal Room features its Sunday brunch for $17.50. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Sunday, enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin with fresh fruit for $7.25. The dinner special is Chef's Choice for $8.25. And the Palm Grill is closed on Sundays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor of the Village Church, and I'm here to tell you about our weekend services. As usual, the Village Church has some wonderful things planned, which I believe will be very encouraging to each and every one of you as you participate in our services, either by attending or by watching on television. First of all, this coming Sunday, this is the first Sunday of the year, and I'll be having really a two-part series that I'm beginning this Sunday and completing next Sunday, entitled The Core Curriculum of the Christian Faith. The core curriculum are the kind of essentials that everybody ought to understand and know and experience by going through any kind of educational process, including a spiritual educational process. And I think this is a great time of the year to try to remind ourselves what those priorities ought to be in our own lives as we consider who God is and who we are as His people. Now, this Sunday morning, the choir won't be singing, but we have a special treat in having Wendy Reynolds, a very fine soprano who teaches and performs locally in the Fort Myers and Cape Coral areas. She's already been with us at least once before, and she was very well received, and so she'll be providing some special music in the morning service. Now, the evening service will be a little bit different than we have had in the past. And the message for the evening, I'm actually going to repeat a a presentation that I made last summer in the Academy for Lifelong Learning. It was entitled Skinner Meets Moses. It was an unusual opportunity and experience that I had about a year and a half or so ago, and we shared it. I shared it on that this past summer in the Academy, and because it was the summer, a lot of people didn't get to hear it, and it wasn't recorded, and so a lot of people who were very interested in hearing about those kinds of concepts wanted to hear it again, and so I thought that perhaps this Sunday evening would be a good time to present it, and so we're looking forward to that opportunity once again. It'll also be recorded for others who can't make it this Sunday evening. Don't forget, in the coming week after that, on that Sunday evening, the 12th, we have the King's Brass in concert, so make plans to attend that as well. We're looking forward to a wonderful year in 2014, and we hope that you join us for as much of those activities as you can. God bless you, and we hope to see you soon.
It's time for our ShellPoint TV Week in Review, and we begin this week by discussing some new Academy classes being offered in 2014. For example, a new pottery class for beginners.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Mike Lienhardt of Periwinkle. We're talking about a course he's going to be presenting in the Spring Academy, and it's pottery throwing on the wheel. Thanks for joining me, Mike.
Yes.
Now a couple semesters ago you did a course to get people used to the pottery studio.
We did a class in beginning pottery showing the hand-built techniques of working with clay, coil, slab, drape slab, and glazing. And some of the people showed an interest in throwing on the wheel. And one of the last sessions in that beginning class was I threw a pot for them on the wheel. I think you were in the classroom that day. And that piqued a lot of their interest. And so they've been asking when I'm going to have another class in wheel thrown pottery. So here we are, ready to go for a second go around.
Well, all the terminology is so interesting to me. Throwing on the wheel, what does that mean?
It just means putting the clay on the center of the wheel, getting it centered, and proceeding from there.
Now you say just getting it on the center and proceeding. There's a knack to it.
Getting the clay centered perfectly centered in the wheel is the biggest challenge that they will have, and they'll have to work diligently to get the true art of centering. And after you get it centered, then you can proceed with opening the clay, raising the walls, making cylinders, and so on.
And that, I can just imagine all kinds of containers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really
different sizes too, not only tall and slender, but you can make bowls, you can make plates, and there are a lot of different variations that you can do with pottery on the wheel.
Now, clay just seems so, I don't know, such an old, ancient concept. So much of what we find in archaeological digs is a little shard of a clay pot, and we know about a society from that. It must be wonderful to hold that clay in.
Well, it is. And you know, one of the ancient arts of China was clay pottery, and those potters were so astute at preparing clay for the future years that it's been written that some of the potters in the time of the different dynasties when clay was very important put aside clay in clay jars for 1,000 years down the road for other potters to use in future years. Now that seems strange to us, but to prepare for a class 1,000 years ahead of time.
Wow. And really when you think about it, it's breakable stuff.
Yes.
You spent all that time, so that it can't just be about the final product.
No.
It also has to be about the process.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, I know June Lochridge has always been a hero of mine, and we know she's been running the pottery studio for years, and I love to go in and see how even the people who have been doing pottery forever are always trying something new.
Yes.
And that's something you can do with clay.
Yes, it is.
And I love people that are going in for the first time and they're like entering a whole new world. And you can enter a whole new world with your wheel class.
With the wheel class, there will be a lot of new awakenings for people who just have wanted to experience throwing on the wheel, and now they'll have a chance to do it. And I might add that we're going to have 2 sessions of the pottery class because there are only 3 wheels, and we'd like to give every person who takes the class a good opportunity to work on the wheels. So that would put 2 people at a wheel and give them a good opportunity to learn and experience wheel throwing. So we'll have 2 sessions in the morning and in the afternoon, and they'll be able to select whichever one they like.
Yeah, right, at registration. And that's another thing about, we appreciate your generosity to do this, so we don't have all those people saying, I couldn't get in. Yeah. and to think, you're going to do the same thing again in the afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
It's wonderful. We really appreciate it, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start right off the first day of the Spring Academy. Sign up quickly if you want to get into the morning class or the afternoon class. Same class, but you'll either go in the morning or the afternoon with Mike Leanhard, Potter at Shell Point.
Bev Chanley is teaching a relaxing exercise class called Tai Chi Cha. Let's learn more about it.
Would you like to exercise and not necessarily sweat, but still get the benefits of lowering your blood pressure, reducing anxiety, and many other ways of increasing your healthy lifestyle? Well, we have a class for you. I'm Mary Franklin here with Bev Chanley today, and we're going to talk to you about an upcoming Tai Chi Cha class. This class is going to meet on Tuesday evenings right here in the Island Health Club. Thanks for being here, Bev.
My pleasure, Mary.
Well, normally I say Bev Chanley Program Coordinator, but
True.
For this hour, you are Bev Chanley, accredited Tai Chi Cha instructor.
That is true.
Tell me a little bit about your accreditation.
The accreditation, when you're accredited as an instructor, you have to mentor with someone for 2 years and take many classes. Complete an intensive course. In my case, I got to go to Newfoundland to do my intensive course. Then you have to pass your teacher training week long, and then they certify you for that. So it's quite a process to get certified. And I am the only certified Tai Chi Cha instructor in Southwest Florida right now.
What's the difference between Tai Chi and Tai Chi Cha?
Tai Chi usually refers to Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Chuan has been around a long time. It's an ancient form. There's 108 movements in Tai Chi Chuan. And usually when you see Tai Chi offered at a YMCA or a health club somewhere, they're talking about Tai Chi Chuan. Now those 108 movements have to be done in order. So that means you have to remember the order in order to get the best out of the practice. Tai Chi Cha is 19 movements.
Right.
One pose can be done in any order you want, and it's easier to learn and remember.
And that's, many people who have taken your class, they enjoy starting or ending their day, even if they're in their home, with what you have taught them.
Absolutely, and at first it's interesting because it's a 4:30 in the afternoon class, and people think, oh, by then I'm tired. But they come into class and they're a little tired, and then they leave, they're rejuvenated.
Right.
And they're like, I'm so glad I came today. And so they really enjoy the fact that it gives them a little bit of a boost of energy in the evening.
Right. And it's a great opportunity for those who don't want to do the bouncing around classes, and it really is just a smooth, fluid movement that you'll be teaching them. And it progresses throughout, so you need to go through all the classes.
Absolutely. That's why we offered it in an 8-week package, because it is cumulative. You learn 2 or 3 movements every week. And so if you skip a week, I can usually catch you up somehow.
Right.
Or you can make it up the next week. But you don't want to sign up knowing that you can only make 3 classes, because you won't get the full benefit.
And just wearing comfortable clothes, so if you've been to an academy class or out at another event on property, comfortable clothes and just some comfy socks?
Absolutely. Flat shoes or comfortable socks. I use the ones with the little sticky. Hospital socks are really good for Tai Chi Cha. Most of us have a pair or 2 of those. And also, people show up in the pavilion auxiliary vests for class. So I've worn everything from skirts to long pants, so you name it. You can wear it for Tai Chi Cha.
Well, thanks for being here today, Bev. And this is another great opportunity through the Health Connection offered to you. You can sign up at either service desk. Once again, it runs on Tuesday evenings in the Island Health Club and just costs $40 for the entire session. I'm Mary Franklin with Bev Chanley. Have a happy and healthy day.
Our massage therapist told us about the importance of good posture.
Hi, my name is Robin, and I'm the salon manager here at Shell Point. And today we're in the massage room, which is one of my favorite places in the whole salon. And I'm here with Mary Ann Debonette, our massage therapist. And today we're going to just help talk about posture and the benefits of posture and the effects it has on the body. So Mary Ann is going to share with us some of the information she's learned working with some of you, and tell us a little bit about posture and the importance of good posture and why.
Okay. Well, good posture is important because the body just functions better. It's happiest when it's in alignment, so the goal is to get it the best alignment you can at whatever stage you are with your posture. It might not be perfect at this stage in life due to an illness or an accident or years of even a job can cause you to have poor posture, sitting at a desk, computer year after year. So one of the importance of good posture is breathing. It's being able to breathe. When you stand straight, when you sit straight, you can take a deep breath, clear the lungs, take in all that oxygen, yes, as opposed to when you're like this. You become a shallow breather. You don't have as much energy. You don't have as much oxygen going through your system, feeding the brain.
Everything needs that oxygen that we
take in.
And it just feels so much better to sit up straight and just kind of have your shoulders back a little and to take a deep breath. It does. It feels better.
Good. The body is more relaxed. It can reduce spinal injuries, tight, pulled muscles, because the mechanics of the body just functions better. And even when you're going about your daily activities, moving about your day, you're not apt to strain things and cause yourself injuries.
I always notice that all into my shoulders and my neck just becomes so tense when I'm at the computer. And like you were saying, I tend to round out my shoulders and slouch, and I just get all of this strain back in here.
Through massage, you can manipulate the muscles to the point you can strip out some of the adhesions, which is the strong connective tissue that surrounds all the muscles. It's like the skin that you take off a chicken breast before you cook it. That's the connective tissue. Okay. It's called myofascia. And so that gets stuck, it gets knotted, and for what the massage therapists do is they massage the muscle, they can strip it out, they try to break up the knots and the myofascia tissue.
Oh, very interesting.
So the back relaxes. Lengthen the muscles through stretching and pulling up along the side of the muscles along the spine to the occiput back here, so a nice long stretch, and then holding the back of the head.
Oh, I love that stretch.
Yeah, so that relieves tension and it relaxes muscles, and relaxed muscles do not hurt.
No. Relaxed muscles are happy muscles.
They're happy muscles.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if someone would like to make their muscles happy, please give us a call at 489-8400, and Mary Ann Debonette would be happy to stretch your muscles.
Balance and mobility classes are starting next week in the Health Connection. Let's learn more.
I'm Mary Franklin with an upcoming Health Connections program, Balance and Mobility Training. We're going to talk about Level 1 and 2 today with our new fitness coordinator, Craig Norling. Welcome to Shell Point, Craig.
Thank you.
Well, let's learn a little bit about you before we talk about our balance classes. Tell us about you. Where'd you get your education? What are you all about, Craig?
Well, I went to school at Heritage Institute. It's in Fort Myers. I got a degree in personal training, and right now I'm at FGCU working on a degree in physical therapy.
So how did you hear about Shell Point?
My wife actually works here.
Okay, and she's that friendly voice on 2190, Jen, right?
She is, yes.
Well, let's get down to balance and mobility classes. What can someone expect from signing up for one of your classes?
Well, they can learn, obviously, the balance. We work on a lot of flexibility, balance, and a lot of strength for the upper and lower body.
And balance is one of those things that you can progressively lose over time, and so we really want to keep strong and work on that. You also are going to be teaching level 1 and level 2. Can you tell me, how does someone know which one to sign up for?
Well, level 2 is a little bit more challenging. If you're able to hold one leg in the air for about 20 seconds, then you're probably ready for level 2.
Craig, what kind of apparatuses do you use during your classes, and what is a sample of one of your exercises?
We use a lot of different hand weights like dumbbells, and we have small weighted balls that we use. Most of the time we just use a chair just for balance and just for a little support, and we do stuff where you can just bring one leg up and hold it for a limited time. Also, we do a lot of stuff with your eyes closed, so I'll have them hold it and have your eyes closed.
And by the end of the session, hopefully you don't have to use the chair as much as you did at the beginning, correct?
Correct, yes.
It's going to be a wonderful class, and Craig, I know you're going to be a wonderful instructor. You've been working with Michelle Smith the last couple of weeks, teaching her classes and co-teaching, so it will be a smooth transition.
Should be.
All right. Well, Balance Level 1 will be run on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they're going to meet in the health club at 1:45 to 2:30. It's a 45-minute class. And Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the Island Health Club, and their time is 2:45 to 3:30. This is some wonderful opportunities for all of you here at Shell Point. Craig, thanks for being here today. I'm Mary Franklin. Make it a happy and healthy one.
How about trying a new game? Golf croquet is coming to Shell Point next week, and we've got a preview.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. My name is Leslie Brand and I'm here with Jack and Barbara and Jean, and we are here at the bocce courts, but it doesn't necessarily look like bocce. So Jack, what do we have here today?
We have a golf croquet set up here, and we started to play this last year, and Barbara and Jean were my two private best students, and they regularly beat me, which I don't like at all.
So what exactly is golf croquet?
Okay, there's probably three types of croquet. One of which most people are familiar with, which is the garden croquet, which you play in the backyard of your home. And then you have more of a professional type thing, which is called association croquet, which is a 9-wicket type. And then we have golf croquet, which is fairly new, started in about 1970s.
What exactly makes golf croquet different than garden croquet?
Well, garden croquet is primarily played in the back of your home on a grass area, and it doesn't necessarily have to be short grass. It can be whatever is prevalent in that household. And then most of the time it was like 9-wicket croquet. We only have 6 wickets as opposed to 9, and it's a much more collegiate type of a sport. And it's very easy to play, much easier to play. It's faster, and everybody gets an equal time of participation, whereas in the regular croquet, one person can dominate the whole session. But in golf croquet, each person gets one shot at a time, and it's very friendly.
Now, Jack, what is some good strategies for golf croquet and a little bit of the rules?
Okay, well, first we start off at one of the corners, usually the corner down there, and you'll see there's 6 wickets. And you go across to the first wicket, and the first person that goes through the wicket gets a point. Unlike the other croquet, where everybody has to go through the wicket, in golf croquet, only one person has to go through the wicket, and they get 1 point. The next thing people say, well, how long does the game last? Well, you decide that before you even start. You can say we're going to play for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and whoever has the most points wins. Or you can say whoever gets the first number of points, 4 points or 5 points or 6 points or 7 points.
Do you already have to know how to play golf croquet, or is someone going to be here to teach everyone how to play?
I'll be here most Friday mornings, particularly in the beginning, to lend assistance to teach people how to play. Very easy to learn, but I'll be here to help them out, and Jean and Barbara will be here too, probably, and they can help out too.
Now, Jean, what made you decide to play golf croquet?
Well, I'm an ex-golfer, and I haven't been able to play golf, so I thought, geez, wonder what this golf croquet is. So I came out, and it's altogether different. It has nothing to do as far as I'm concerned about golf. But I just got hooked.
Well, my coordination isn't that good, so golf is not my sport. So I thought, well, I think I can hit a ball in the hole, so we'll try that. So I just enjoy it for the fun and the getting around with all the other people, you know.
Now, golf croquet is going to be starting up in January the 10th at 10:15 a.m. and everyone is welcome to come out. You can come and go as you please. It will be every Friday morning. So please feel free, come out, learn golf croquet, and have some fun.
There's a Health Connections class next week from Lee Memorial Health Systems. It's called All About You.
I'm Mary Franklin, here with an impactful Health Connections program coming to Shell Point. The title of this program is It's All About You, Chronic Disease Self-Management Program. And I'm here today with Joyce Hall from Lee Memorial. Thanks for coming here today, Joyce.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Mary. I really appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about your role with Lee Memorial.
I am the Community Health Program Coordinator for Lee Memorial.
Okay.
And this is a program that we started in February of this year. Mm-hmm. And it is geared towards people who have chronic health conditions. Mm-hmm. The title we chose, It's All About You, is because it truly is all about you and the decisions that you make in regard to your health and wellness, and that's for each one of us. Okay. This is a research-based program that was developed by Stanford University, so we're very excited to be working with Stanford and offering the program to our Lee County residents.
Okay. What are some of the topics that you're going to be touching on over the 6 weeks?
We talk about a myriad of things. I think the key is that it's not a sit, didactic, listen workshop.
Right.
It is very participatory. It is lively. There's a lot of discussion. We talk about things that are common to people who have chronic health conditions, such as sleep problems, fatigue, stress, anxiety, difficult emotions. And we talk about ways to handle those. We teach them skills that we call using your mind. We teach them action plans. They learn how to, a better tool for decision making. And so it's quite a dynamic workshop, and we are very excited to be working with Shell Point on this program. The goal of the program is to help each person who attends be a better self-manager of their health, to understand the importance of exercise and the impact that has on your health. We talk about nutrition and reading food labels. We talk about the different types of fat. We talk about the plate method for looking at your food intake and how much you should be eating of each type of food throughout the different programs. We also talk about medication using and working with your healthcare professional, because that's a big part of being a self-manager, is taking the initiative and bringing things up to your healthcare professional and working with them to ensure that you receive the care you need, but yet that you are in charge.
Okay. And it's for anyone who has a chronic disease, correct?
It is not geared to any specific disease. It's really for anyone who has a chronic health condition.
So anyone can sign up that has a chronic disease. What if they would like their spouse or a friend to come with them to learn along? Is that okay?
Yes, it is. In fact, we encourage individuals who have chronic health conditions to bring a support person with them. They would have to register for the program, and they would be expected to participate in the activities.
I understand each participant receives a free book?
Yes, actually they do. It's a wonderful resource guide. It covers more material than we could cover in the workshops, but it does have all the material that we cover in the workshops in here as well. And the National Council on Aging has indicated that this book is an indispensable guide for people of all ages who have a chronic mental or physical health condition. So I think that they will really benefit from the homework assignments that are part of the actual workshop.
That's going to be a very powerful tool for many to learn. And if you would like to sign up for this program, you can do so at either of the service desks. And it's going to be an important one. So if you'd like to sign up, the space is limited. We have to have a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 20. So please sign up either service desk by giving us a call or stopping by. Joyce Hall, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you coming out. And I'm Mary Franklin for Health Connections. Make it a happy and healthy day.
Herb Sklar tells us about his new art class, Live Figure Drawing.
Hi everyone, I'm Terry Kolath and I'm here today with Herb Sklar. We are talking about a class in the Spring Academy of Lifelong Learning. This one is called Live Figure Drawing, using charcoal and pencils. Thanks for joining me, Herb.
Oh, you're welcome. Welcome.
What is the value of drawing the figure? I know we're going to have residents who are going to model.
Right.
They're going to be striking various poses, wearing various costumes.
I think it's something we don't get to do too often.
Right.
And it's a wonderful way of training your eye. And when you think about it, the Renaissance artists, they did this for years, figure drawing. Matter of fact, art school in those days, right up to the turn of the century, was for 6 years or more. And it wasn't until 1920s that they allowed women in the figure drawing class.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but getting back to our class, this is just going to be a kind of a freewheeling, wonderful experience. Our models will sit down and we're going to do like a 10-second pose. Well, in 10 seconds, you can't do very much. You got to use the gesture. So we'll go through and we'll show where the backbone connects to the head, and so we'll start off with gesture drawings, which kind of warms you up, and we'll go 20 seconds to 60 seconds, and eventually, before the session is over, we'll have like a 30 to 40-minute long pose. So those who want to do a little bit more detail can, but if you don't want to do detail and you want to have fun, you can just catch the rhythm, just with that charcoal. And a charcoal on paper, it's just fun. You just do it and go to the next one. It's
wonderful. And isn't it also, so much easier to appreciate proportion when you're actually looking at a human being?
Yeah, we'll go into that in some detail. I will pass out some sheets about proportions, but I won't give it to you the first day. I want everybody to come to class fresh and just start out, but they will leave with a handout that will help. And we go through very careful proportions of the face as well as the body. There's approximately 8 heads to a body. As we get a little older, around our age, they're probably 7 to 7.5. And when you draw a figure model, a fashion model, it's 9 heads to get that elongated look.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. Should be fun.
Okay, so you come starting out real loosely, getting the gestures, and then develop through the 6 Wednesdays.
Right, and we'll get into some real detail. And anybody who wants to pose in the class, they should feel free.
That's right. We have asked some of our more athletic residents if they would pose for us, but we're looking for models.
Right.
We can't have enough because you do hold a...
Okay, so if anybody wants to model, male or female, if they would call you, that'd be great.
That would be great. Okay, call soon because this class begins Wednesday, January 8th. Sign up is required at either service desk. An opportunity to do live figure drawing using charcoal and pencils.
The Senior Fitness Test is coming to Shell Point. Let's learn more about it.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith, and I'm here with Melanie Brode. If the physical dimension of LifeQuest is one of your goals, I've got something in store for you. It's called the Senior Fitness Test. Melanie, what is the Senior Fitness Test?
The Senior Fitness Test is a series of 6 different exercises that test your lower and upper body strength, your lower and upper body flexibility, your muscular endurance, your cardiovascular endurance, and your balance. It takes about 15 minutes to perform the test. After you do the test, we go to the chart, which is the national norms of people from the age of 60 to 95. We go through the chart for your age and gender, and that way you can determine what your weaknesses are, where you could use improvement, and what your strengths are. I'm here with Ann Herman today, who has taken the Senior Fitness Test, and she's nice enough to demonstrate the 6 exercises that we do. The first test is called the back scratch test. So I'm going to have Ann lift up with her right arm and reach as far back as she can with her fingers. She's then going to take her left arm from behind. At this point, I would measure the distance, and she's touching her fingers, which is above average. And then we would do the other arm the same direction. Good job, Ann. Thank you. The next test is lower body flexibility. So I'm going to have you kick your right leg out, Ann, with your heel down and your toe up. Good. I'd like you to stack one hand on top of the other. Take a big breath in. Exhale, go down as far as you can and to your foot. Inhale, come up. At this point, I would measure again with my stick. She's above average. If she were touching her sock, that too would be above average. So awesome job, Ann. The next test is upper body strength. So women use 5 pounds, men use an 8-pound weight. I'm gonna put this in her dominant hand. She's gonna do as many bicep curls as she can in 30 seconds. And this is more of a speed thing. The next test is to determine your balance and your agility, okay? So the goal is to get up as fast as you can, walk around that cone that's 8 feet away, and sit back down in the shortest amount of time without running. Lower body strength. This is where she would cross her hands at her chest. Her feet are hip width apart, heels are planted. The goal is to get up and out of that chair as many times as you can in 30 seconds. The next test would be the most challenging. It's the 2-minute step test. This is 2 minutes in duration, and her goal is to lift her knees to hip height for 2 minutes. How we count this? Good, she's not holding on. Every time her right foot strikes the floor is how many times I count, and that would determine her endurance. And I think that concludes the 6 tests that you would get for the senior fitness test. It only takes about 15 minutes. If you want to get into the specifics or strength training and the agility, flexibility, you have to take the senior fitness test to do that.
Melanie, the senior fitness test is a great way to set some strong fitness goals or even challenge yourself to improve a little bit more of where you're currently at. If you're interested in taking the senior fitness test, please give me a phone call at 454-2107. Leave me a message and I will get back to you about scheduling your senior fitness test.
Dr. Andrew Fallweiler tells us how to treat the most common sports injuries.
I'm Mary Franklin here with Dr. Andy Fulweiler on a Health Connections program coming up on January 9th, which is a Thursday, and Doctor is going to do a presentation on common sports and overuse injury. It's going to take place at 10:15 a.m. and you can sign up at either of the service desks. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, so you are going to cover a very broad topic and over common sports and overuse injury, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to be an athlete to come to your presentation, right?
No, you don't have to be. It's just if you have aches and pains, injuries from overuse. I think you'd mentioned earlier there's a quilter with a hurt shoulder over here. So really most of these injuries actually occur over 40, which is must pass the athletic lifespan of most people. I see a lot of golfing injuries, tennis. You don't have to be necessarily a jogger or a marathoner or a triathlete to have these types of injuries.
Okay, so you can have a shuffleboard, pickleball.
Whatever, slip in the shower.
Yes.
We don't have any ice down here, but people slip still.
Okay, all right. Now, I know you do a wide variety of surgeries and so forth, but is it all so invasive, or is the recovery time getting a little quicker?
Not so much any longer. We have very minimal ways of entering into the joints and things and fixing things without making such large incisions. We're able to do less damage. People recover quicker, less pain, less scarring, better mobility, better return to function at a sooner time interval.
Okay, and of course we have our rehab facility right here that they can come and rehab and get back into the community real quickly. What's the #1 surgery you do?
I probably do a lot of rotator cuffs, a lot of knees, a lot of shoulders. Those are the 2 things that we see. Probably most commonly across the nation, knee surgery is the most common thing that we see. Knee arthroscopy, which is the minimally invasive surgery on the knee. For people that have knee pain that causes swelling, they can't walk, locking, give way symptoms, we can do minimally invasive surgery on that.
Okay, so I need to make an appointment with you because there's no reason to live with it, right?
No, there's nobody that needs to live with things. We can at least try to do little small things to modify so they can go on with their lifestyle.
That's good. We have an active lifestyle here, that's for sure.
We do.
One of the things we want to make sure we tell everyone to come with their questions because you love to just bring it home and give them the information that they want.
Lots of times at these presentations, the tendency is to have a canned PowerPoint type presentation, but really the best part I find is the interaction with the patients and the people, and just bringing your questions in. It's almost like being in the neighborhood and they stop you in your driveway. Hey doc, when I do this it hurts. I'm happy to answer those questions and help ferret out what's going on and point you in the right direction.
Right. Well, and it's been a little over a year since you've been here.
Yes.
Let's remind all the residents of Shell Point, who is Dr. Fulweiler? Where were you born? About school, all that.
I'm a native Floridian, which there's not a lot of us down here. I spent some time on the East Coast growing up. I'm a Florida State graduate, undergrad. Then I spent some time in Michigan, got my training certificate through Michigan State University. Did a fellowship in Richmond, Virginia in sports medicine, which is really the orthopedic niche of these minimally invasive surgeries. Rotator cuffs, knees, things like that.
Okay, all right.
And so I'm back here in Fort Myers now for about 6 years. I've been in practice.
Okay, and you're at the orthopedic surgery in sports medicine?
Yes.
Yes. Right in town.
Yes, we're right. We have a couple locations right there at Riverwalk and downtown South Fort Myers at a sterile location. Actually, believe it or not, we're seeing some patients in LaBelle as well.
Oh, wow. Well, good for you. We're lucky to have you here. We're looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you.
All right. Well, sign up for this event. If you have any aches and pains, come see Dr. Fulweiler, and he'll answer all of your questions. And if you have any bit of hesitation, he'll help you out with any of your concerns. Again, the Health Connections program is called Common Sports and Overuse Injury. It'll take place on Thursday, January 9th, 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center. For Dr. Fulweiler, I'm Mary Franklin. Make it a happy and healthy day.
Need some help in learning about some of your new technological toys? Well, have no fear. The Academy Technology classes are here.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Penny Modridge of Nautilus, and we're talking about technology today and tomorrow, our very special category in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. Thanks for joining me, Penny.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Terry. It's my pleasure.
Well, we're rolling out a new semester, and I think it's a perfect time to put into people's minds the thought of trying something new with technology, the beginning of a semester.
We have a lot of people who are just champing at the bit to get at the new technology. We have a lot of them who received iPads for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and they want to learn how to use them.
And there are a lot of people who are kind of afraid. They're like, I don't want to learn new technology. So I have to share my own personal experience. About a year ago, when my laptop at home died, I was asking you and Bruce Findley, our other T3 instructor, what computers you recommended, and you both said, why aren't you going to get an iPad? And I said, well, I can't. I can't learn a new technology right now. And you shamed me into getting an iPad, and I have it, and I love it. I had no idea that this thin little thing that I could take everywhere with me would open up a world to me.
Right. You tuck it in your pocket or your purse, and you're ready to go. Well, we have those residents who have them, and they are afraid of them. And when I tell them, you didn't learn how to ride a bicycle overnight. You know, you had training wheels, it took time. So consider us your training wheels. We help you. And then you learn little by little, and before you know it, you're an expert.
Well, the beauty of this, one of the beauties of this technology, is you start from right now, today. You open it up and you get started. You don't have to know how many megabytes came with something. You don't have to know a history of having used a computer. Right. You can know that computers have their own value without a doubt. Definitely. But for somebody new to technology, getting an iPhone, you know, where you have this on a smaller basis plus a telephone capability, or getting an iPad, there's so much here.
And it's simple technology. It's point and poke and touch. Yeah. What do I want? Oh, I want that. Well, that's your normal thing to do. Mm-hmm. I find myself helping someone with a computer now, poking at their screen, right, expecting things to happen, and they don't.
It's right, and it's so simple that my little granddaughter at 6 just, you know, within a few minutes, she memorized my password, got in, dangerous, goes to all of her games, you know, and we have to be more like a child. We have to say, okay, here's something new. It's going to be fun. Let's try it. What happens when we go like this?
Exactly, just like a child. Yeah.
I also want to talk about how you and Bruce do teach most of the classes, as I thank you over and over and over again. But something wonderful, and a problem that you've turned into a solution for us, is that none of this stuff really comes with manuals. You know, we're used to, even a washing machine, you know, it comes with a manual. And this stuff doesn't. So you give everybody in the course a course outline. You have handouts that are fabulous. But you also recommend that people get a user guide, download it.
Yes. Yes, all of our assistants get a user guide, and we recommend that all students or residents who are going to be students order the user guide, and Bruce cranks them out. He prints them all. I do the running around, get the binders and do the 3-hole punching, and we put them into a beautiful binder for them, and it is from Apple. This is not a knockoff for dummies or anything like that. This is a true Apple product, and it comes right. You can download it from the internet and print it out yourself. The first one is 139 pages, and that's for the iPad, and the iPhone is 180 pages or something to that effect. There's a lot of printing. We print them two-sided on a laser printer, and they are beautiful.
So I just want to thank you. I mean, we do have a little built-in fee, very minimal for each of our classes, which goes just to making sure that we have examples of our technology. We own them. Shell Point owns this technology, a couple of iPads, so that when people come into some of your beginner classes, they can see if they even want one. They can see what it does. That's all that is for. But you spend the time and charge only for the cost of printing these manuals, these user guides for everybody. That's fabulous. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. People can start right from scratch with you and Bruce in these classes, and you have a couple other instructors too. What is an iPhone? What is an iPad? I mean, that's wonderful. And then you go up to using.
Right. Well, we have the first one, which is the iPad, which also pertains to the iPhone and the iPod Touch. Why do I need one? Will it replace the devices I already have?
Right.
And Bruce is very good at explaining the differences between the old technology, the new technology, and the different branches of the new technology, so that everything, you really get a chance to make your own decision.
I can't thank you enough, because you and Bruce go way beyond the call of duty.
Well, you know the saying is that you can't sell something you don't believe in. Well, we truly believe in it. So we're not selling the device, but we're selling the idea. And we're so happy when someone says, I just got a new iPad. How soon are your classes going to start? I had a couple of people ask me, can you sign me up? No, I can't sign you up. You have to do it yourself. But it's so nice that they're so eager to learn. It is fabulous.
Well, when can you sign up and when can you get started? The Academy begins January 6th. These people start right at the beginning. They are going on a 10-week marathon. They're going to be offering 20 classes to get you used to the Apple devices, iPods, iPhones, iPads. If you have any classes, you see the instructors' names right in your Academy brochure. They're happy to answer your questions. They're so happy to answer your questions that they've devoted hours to teaching you how to use this technology in the Academy of Lifelong Learning.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in next week for more stories and news from around your community. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for the weekend of January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm Lynn Schneider, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.